This classic episode of the Electric Playground is brought to you by P&P Games, your source for everything video games. Support the partners that support Electric Playground. Remember, this episode first aired in 2000.
This week on Electric Playground, we take a look at Ridge Racer 5 for PlayStation 2, Homeworld Cataclysm, Danger Girl, Deep Space Nine: The Fallen, and we go downtown with Tommy and Vic.
One of the newest and hottest comic book characters is Danger Girl. And when I mean hot, I am talking hot! Huh? Now this mega hottie finally has her own video game, courtesy of THQ. I'm such a geek, I'm actually in love with a comic book character. Sad.
We're in the hot sun in San Diego, and I'm with Scott and Andy. These are the creators of Danger Girl, and we're going to talk about Danger Girl as a comic book and a new video game that's coming out. So tell me how the concept for Danger Girl evolved. Where did you guys get the inspirations for this?
With my previous comic book, sort of created a reputation where I drew a lot of female characters and stuff like that. So it was sort of something I also wanted to continue doing with this. I was kind of known for that. I always had a real interest in the old kind of adventure, kind of serialized kind of comic books. So I wanted to do something like an adventure-based comic book. I definitely didn't want it to be superhero, because a lot of comic books are very superhero-oriented with superpowers and things like that. And I wanted a comic book with real people, with real abilities.
Now you're taking Danger Girl off of the pages, and there's toy lines out there, there's all kinds of merchandising stuff starting to happen.
Absolutely.
And there's a video game coming up.
That's right, we're really excited about that. In some ways it all happened way faster than we ever thought. I mean, after our first preview, before even the first comic came out, we had interest from InSpace about doing this video game, and it was really exciting, and it was something we always wanted to do. We wanted it to be bigger than just a comic book.
Well, tell me how the video game is going to work in the comic book universe.
First story of the comic book is about 7 issues, and after that, the video game picks up. I mean, it's its own story by itself, but if you read the comic, you can see where these characters came from and how they got to this point.
Right.
Then you have the whole story in the video game start to finish.
Can you tell us some of the characters that are in the Danger Girl universe?
Abby Chase is like pretty much the central character that we introduce the readers to her first. She's introduced to the Danger Girl team the same time the readers introduced to the Danger Girl team.
She has a little bit, I think, of all the elements of the other girls, whereas some of the other girls are maybe a little bit more extreme, like the Sydney Savage character. She wears all leather and has a whip, and we tried to make her a little bit more of the rebellious, kind of somewhat kinkier character, I think.
An ex-girlfriend or something?
Pause now.
So how do you think the video game is going to turn out then, you guys?
I couldn't be more happy with the way that the characters just feel like the comic book in 3D and running around. It's great.
Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to the game, you guys. It's going to be a lot of fun to play.
Thanks a lot.
And everybody should go out and check out the Danger Girl comics. They're beautiful to look at, really fun to read, and these guys make them.
Visit our website at www.electplay.com.
Deep Space Nine, The Fallen. Brother.
I'm at the Collective with Richard Hare, and we're checking out Deep Space Nine: The Fallen. Tell me about some of the features in the game.
Well, basically, one of our key systems is you can play as either one of 3 characters, either as Cisco, Worf, or Kira. And the game is entirely different depending on which character you play. They'll be able to explore familiar locations on board DS9 and also the USS Defiant. A lot of the weapons in the game, you get all the familiar species such as the Bajorans, Cardassians, and obviously the Bennion with the Jemadar, and also Vorta.
Cisco versus Picard, who would win in a fistfight?
Cisco.
Kirk versus Cisco.
Draw.
Cisco versus 7 of 9.
Beauty contest?
You versus Cisco. You're the lead artist on Fallen. Now you guys have been working with the Unreal Engine quite a bit.
The Unreal Engine is a wonderful, moody engine with great lighting. I think there are a number of sort of moments in the game that are just really show the huge scope of the story that we're trying to portray. We've kind of created a movie version of the Deep Space Nine TV series.
Do you think they will do a movie?
After this game, I'm sure that they will.
Simon.
Zoe!
Hey, easy there with the gun. So you're the lead programmer.
Yes, I am.
So what is your job description then as lead programmer?
To coordinate the efforts of all the other programmers on the team, to shoot Nerf darts at them when they don't do as they're told.
Let me see that. Let me scan you.
Hey.
I see what you're like.
Anyway, we're here with Steve, the audio composer. What is all this stuff?
Each key actually has a separate sample of the London Choir. So there's a separate recording for each note. So we can get realistic orchestra effects. When I put all that stuff together with the sequencer right here, I can come up with something that sounds something like this. Ready to get spooked?
So if you could pick any actor out there to be in the Star Trek universe, who would it be?
I think that'd be Sean Connery. We come in peace, shoot the cow.
Stuart, come on, join us.
Stuart, don't fool.
Visit our website at www.electplay.com.
Hi, Lee from P&P Games here. I can't wait for Tommy and Vic's review of The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. I think it's going to be one of the greatest games of all time. If I've timed this just right, I'll finish this Jethro-sized bowl of cereal just as the review segment ends. Hey, thank you for joining us every Saturday morning for the Electric Playground Classic. We are all friends in games here. If you're able, shop pnpgamesonline.com, your source for everything video games. Thank you for your support, and let's get you back to the show! Oh, ask a baby boomer in your life what a Jethro is.
There's a company who's doing new controllers for the PlayStation 2. Ah! They're called Mad Catz.
Hey, we're here in Santee, California. I'm here with Matt Bennion from Mad Catz, and we're talking about all kinds of brand new peripherals that are coming out for PlayStation 2.
I'm gonna start out with the basic controller for PlayStation 2. It's gonna have all the analog support for all the buttons. We're gonna have a DVD remote, since the PlayStation 2 is gonna have DVD capabilities and no real IR remote.
You're gonna sell like a trillion of these. I think on the first day, everybody's gonna need one of these things because nobody wants to watch a movie where they have to get off their butt. Now, what's the difference with this controller than Sony's DualShock Analog 2?
It's got rubber grips on the bottom. It's got 3 modes: steering wheel, digital, and analog. This will let you program a series of moves to a single button press that you can execute at any time.
So you can cheat in your fighting game.
Basically.
Now, what is this big mama here? This is also going to come out for PlayStation 2.
Panther XL. This is primarily a first-person shooter controller. We have proportional control, which means if you spin the trackball 180 degrees, you've moved 180 degrees in the game.
And we are down in the downstairs area of the Mad Catz offices.
All the engineers, as well as the technical support department, is housed down here.
Okay.
We have software engineers, we have firmware engineers, and we have design engineers. We look around and see what's out there, and then whatever looks good to us or feels good to us, that's what we base our design on. What we usually do is we add additional features, everything from rubber grips to turbo to programmability, things that are usually not offered on first-party controller.
And over there you'd have the technical electronics side of things. What is that?
That is a schematic for Dreamcast mouse I'm working on.
Oh, the new Dreamcast mouse. I mean, look at this place. He's got half-eaten things here and a soldering gun. You got to have one of those everywhere. Anything you want to say to your folks at home there, Vince?
Just hi.
Just hi.
Very easy to blow up.
Hey, Jason.
Hey guys, I got a couple codes for Street Fighter Alpha for the Game Boy that lets you fight against Akuma and M. Bison, 2 of the hidden bosses in the game. In order to select them, all you have to do is pick your character. Then when it says manual or auto on the screen, hold down the A and B buttons, press start, you'll fight Akuma. Hold down the select A and B buttons, after you pick your character, and you'll fight M. Bison. Hadouken!
Visit our website at www.electplay.com.
Barking Dog Studios is doing the follow-up from last year's game, Homeworld. This year, they're calling it Homeworld Cataclysm. Cataclysm?
Cataclysm.
Is it Cataclysm or Catechism?
Cataclysm.
What exactly is a cataclysm? It's a dictionary. That was pretty quick. I was impressed. Cataclysm, cashmere.
Hi, I'm Nazanin. I'm here with Electric Playground at Barking Dog Studios, and we're gonna find out about Homeworld Cataclysm. So the box is this big. How big is the CD-ROM? This big? Alex Garden used to say that the Homeworld original game was compared to Battlestar Galactica as a movie. So how would you describe Homeworld Cataclysm if you could relate it to a movie?
I would probably relate it to Borg from Star Trek and Aliens.
Considering that Homeworld won 15 awards, top video game of the year, how did you add depth to this game?
Well, we did add a lot more sizzle to the game. We added a lot of special abilities to the ships in order to give players more tactical options. We added terrain, or best you could do in space, with fog of war crystals, which now players actually have to defend areas. We've added mines and slipgates.
Can you tell us a little bit about the background story of Homeworld Cataclysm?
The story of the Kushan exodus to Higara is widely known and often told. Most of us already know.
Actually, can we maybe condense it a little bit?
In Cataclysm, you play the Santee, which are one of the sleeper kiths from Homeworld. In the beginning of Cataclysm, they're called upon to aid one of the more powerful warrior kiths. They find themselves out in deep space and encounter a distress beacon from an alien artifact. They end up accidentally unleashing the beast infection on the universe.
Levels, what's the best one?
I'd say 5 is really cool. 10, 11, 12.
Tell us about level 5.
Level 5, you're trying to contact the Bentusi who appeared in Homeworld to ask for their help fighting the beast. And you meet them and they're under attack by the beast.
I want to know about this beast. Stuart, come on, join us.
Stuart, don't fool her.
So what percentage of employees here at Barking Dog actually own dogs?
Quite a bit, I'd say. Maybe 50%.
You really are an artist.
Now it is time to get into the real automobiles. Do I look stupid with this thing on?
Visit our website at www.electplay.com.
Oh, hey, Lee from P&P Games here, reminding you to check out the Electric Playground Classic every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific Time on youtube.com/EPNTV. Brought to you in part proudly by P&P Games. And don't forget, play forever!
Namco took us to the Laguna Seca racetrack to celebrate the launch of Ridge Racer 5 on the PlayStation 2. I am here at the Skip Barber Racing School, and we are practicing braking. 35.
Actually, you gotta take the skirt off.
Right.
Put some men's pants on.
There it is. There you go. I don't think the tires are supposed to be doing this.
Here at Skip Barber, a happy tire is a squealing tire, so that's all right.
A happy tire is a squealing tire. All right, we started out on the Neon, moved up to the truck, but now it's time for the good stuff. Tag, 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 tag! All right.
Fastest driver was Tommy on his first run at 25.62.
What the heck were you thinking? Getting a bunch of video game guys in high-performance sports cars. You're trying to kill us, aren't you?
Well, we tried to kill you before, Tommy, and we didn't work well with it. We threw you out of an airplane, we threw you into the ocean, and we shot the heck out of you.
That's right, and it didn't work.
We're going to try it with speed on the ground this time.
Okay.
You know, Namco's always had a lot of games that use speed. We got the Air Combat, Ace Combat series, and flying through the air. We had street racing with the Ridge Racer series, and now with MotoGP, we've got motorcycle racing on a track. So we wanted to get you and all your counterparts at the video game magazines together to try some real speed on the ground and kind of compare it to the experience you get in the games.
Now it is time to get into the real automobiles. Do I look stupid with this thing on?
Tommy!
Hey, Mike, I'll see you later. I gotta go, man. Thanks for the car. Do you find that guys who play video games are better at getting in the cars or worse because they never get outside much?
If you had to make a general statement, guys that spend that much time playing video games don't spend enough time driving real cars. and it shows.
Okay, well, thanks a lot, guys, for spending the time. And thanks for teaching me how to drive these cars.
Hey, it's time for the Tekken Tag Tournament Move of the Week. This week we got one for you from Paul. Now, Paul's the guy with the really tall hair. Get ready. He's gonna do the ultimate tackle, then the ultimate punishment. Ha ha ha! How it goes. Down, back, left plus right punch, down, left punch, right kick, left punch, plus right punch. Look at that guy go.
How about Driver for the Game Boy Color? Check this out. They shouldn't have called this game Driver. They should have called it Grand Theft Auto, because that's exactly what it is. You're basically getting away from cops in an overhead type view. It really looks like Grand Theft Auto. The AI on the cops is absolutely amazing. I mean, they chase you around and they see you. This game's pretty tough. The cities are really, really big, and you can actually see a map of the city at any time you want. And it's also what's really cool about Driver is that it shows an arrow on screen all the time of the general vicinity and direction that you're supposed to be going. That's cool, so you're not just driving around a big city and you have no idea where to go. Definitely pick up Driver on the Game Boy Color. I give it a 9 out of 10. They still have that stupid, would you like to pick up the med kit? No, I don't know. Let me get on the internet and go through the walkthrough to see if I should pick up this med kit or not, because I'm not quite sure if I want to gain health.
Visit our website at www.electplay.com.
Hey, it's a... Oh. Alas! Poor Dreamcast. I knew him, Sonic. A console of most ultimate gaming and most excellent fancy. And now, how abhorrent it is in my imagination, my gorge rises at it. Here hung your controllers that I blistered my fingers on I know not how oft. Where be your games now, your VMUs, your broadband internet connection, your flashes of merriment that were wont to set a night on a roar? Not one now to mock your game's catalog? Disc tray agape. Play forever.
Reviews on the Run is brought to you by Microplay, where the games begin.
So, Vic, is that what a real set looks like?
Yeah.
Okay.
What did you think of Zelda Majora's Mask for N64?
The gameplay is very in-depth, and there's so many things to do that it just freaks my brain out sometimes.
Well, if you want to talk value for your money, Zelda always comes through. Miyamoto always comes
Absolutely.
through. Very similar to Ocarina of Time, which I think is still the best Zelda game that Miyamoto has made.
Yeah.
Just because it was bigger. This one felt...
This one looks better, though.
This one does look better. They use the 4 meg expansion pack, so it has better visuals, lots more color. The thing that sets Majora's Mask apart from Ocarina of Time is now you're collecting masks. You actually transform and pick up new abilities.
You're looking for a really simple game that you just want to get into real quick and play. This is not the game for you.
Don't let them scare you. This isn't like a computer role-playing game.
No.
This is an action RPG. There's tons of stuff to do. You're never bored.
And I give it a 7.8.
I can only give this game a 9 out of 10. As opposed to
only a 9 out of 10.
Usually when I play a Zelda game, I'm expecting it to be a 10 out of 10.
Okay.
All right.
Dino Crisis 2.
Oh, fantastic
now, here's a game that I love.
This is Resident Evil with dinosaurs, which is exactly what Dino Crisis 1 was. Except what they've done this time is let people run with their guns so that they can be chased and hunted by dinosaurs and do quick flip arounds and shoot dinosaurs in midair.
Right.
And basically what you're doing here is you're constantly on the run and you're constantly blowing away dinosaurs. Really, really well presented.
They still have that stupid thing where you go to pick up a med pack and the game will stop and it asks you, would you like to pick up the med kit? No, I don't know. Let me get on the internet and go through the walkthrough to see if I should pick up this med kit.
I love Dino Crisis 2. I'm giving it an 8 out of 10.
9.6, I'm in it.
Wow, you loved it.
Yeah, I really
Okay.
did.
Speaking of dinosaurs,
Yes.
what did you think of Dinosaur?
Well, hey, speaking of dinosaurs.
Yes, for PlayStation, based on the Disney movie.
The Disney movie, right? Let me talk about this game because they could have easily done the dinosaur running, jumping platform game. They could have easily done dinosaurs, big head racing, but they didn't. They came up with a concept.
They wanted to make absolute crap.
No,
they wanted to make
no,
dino
come on
dung
now.
is what they did here.
Come on.
This is a smelly, stinky game.
No,
it's
no.
a license that is going to appeal to children, and parents are going to buy it for their kids.
Right.
Why does it have to be a crappy game? The menu screens and the way they set up the game.
That was bad.
Oh my God, you can't understand anything.
I give it points though for innovation. You can play like the pterodactyl,
Yes,
or you
the
can play
monkey.
the monkey, or you can play, you hatch this little egg in your little dinosaur.
The thing that drove me nuts, though, I mean, seriously, all that stuff could have been good, but collision detection, absolutely horrible.
I give it a 6 out of 10.
I'm giving it a 3 out of 10.
Really?
I'm giving it
It's not that bad.
1 point for each character you can play in the game.
Oh,
That's
come on
it.
now.
Lame.
Now that we're on the subject of dinosaurs, let's get on to our next game. NFL Blitz 2001. It's been around a while.
It
out
is
of
a dinosaur.
iteration. But no, I love this version of the game. I mean, it's better than the arcade. It's a fun game. They got all new motion captures, tons of animations.
Yes.
Instant replay.
So
is
good
new.
to see instant replay. I mean, because Blitz has the best hits and tackles and the zaniest moves in the world.
Some of the different stuff they did in this year's version, they have these party games. I like the quarterback thing though, and it's a great way to practice throwing to people where the 3 receivers go out and one of them flashes and you have to pass it to them.
What you're doing is you're learning
You
how to play the
practice it,
game better.
which is great.
So you can beat all your buddies when they play. It's a 4-player game. Sound is really good, really fun
It's all
stuff.
been updated.
Yes, you did that, didn't you? Come on, fess up.
Well, yeah.
The only problem is, it's got some stiff competition on the Dreamcast.
8.5 out of 10.
I'm giving it an 8.5 too.
Really?
Yeah. What did you think of NFL 2K1 for the Dreamcast?
Well, I mean, you
from
got to
Sega?
talk about this. If you own NFL 2K, the original one, you must go out and buy NFL 2K1. It is that good. Right?
Not only do you get all of the moves that you could ever want, you get amazing animations.
You actually feel like a guy's fighting for extra yards.
Oh, completely.
You know?
What more can you want out of a football game? Plus, internet play. You can get online and play your buddies on the Dreamcast anywhere in the world.
Right.
Just connect with a modem and you're playing football against all your friends.
You can actually hear the players talking
and taunting
on
each
field.
other and threatening each other.
One of the best parts about this game too is that it actually has a running game.
Oh yeah.
Which a lot of the other like Maddens and Game Day are hard to do running. So I give this a 9.5 out of 10. It's the most amazing football game I've ever seen and played.
Oh, completely. You're not going to go wrong. 10 out of 10, visual concepts, awesome stuff.
Now speaking of sports, these backyard sports games that have
from
been
Humongous.
popping up. These are games for really a younger audience.
Yeah, they're age 5 to 10.
The baseball one, for example, you can actually pick. It has the major league licenses and the major
That's
league
the cool
players.
thing.
Backyard football was the first one.
That's my favorite one of the 3.
Really, because the graphics were the worst out of the 3
Well,
because it was done a year ago.
It was done a year ago, but the reason why I like it is that you actually get to pick your plays and run your plays. It's pretty cool for kids to have this opportunity to understand what the play calling dynamic is going to do for success in the game.
Okay,
I
what
would
do you
give
give
that
it?
one an 8 out of 10.
Okay, I give that a 7.0.
Okay.
Baseball, backyard baseball,
And I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10.
I give it a 7 out of 10 also. I give it
Okay.
the same as football.
And what do you think of the Major League Soccer
Third
one?
one being soccer, I didn't like it as much, and I'll tell you why, because it was a lot of pointing and clicking, just the way they set up the interface. Oh, I give it a 6 out of 10.
I would give it a, I actually liked it less than that. I give it a 5 out of 10. Now, what do you think of Superbike 2001 for the PC from Electronic Arts?
The best looking motorcycle game ever of all time. Hands down.
This is the best motorcycle racing game I've ever played. I've never played a motorcycle racing game that's felt so realistic, that actually gave me the feel like I was on this 3D bike and I had all kinds of danger every
Can you
inch
believe
around
the
me.
graphics though?
Unbelievable.
Can you believe the graphics?
Yes.
I mean, how much better can graphics get?
You got to be a very, very skilled driver. It's a very, very difficult game.
Well, here's the
it's
thing.
a simulation.
If you like realistic type motorcycle games, there is no better. If you're looking for more of a fast action arcade style thing, you know, it doesn't have that elements, but you'll still enjoy it.
I'm giving it an 8.5 out of 10.
8.6, very much a sim, and a little too difficult for me.
getting kind of cold out
All
here,
right,
man.
I think they're calling for us on set, actually,
you know
right
what?
now.
I want to go check out the craft service table.
Now, you memorized your lines, right?
You can find all the games featured in Reviews on the Run and hundreds more at all Microplay locations across North America and at microplay.com.
Hey, I'm going to tell you how you're going to be able to win $1 million next week on the Electric Playground. All you have to do is take a... And then just mail it right to us or email us at www.electplay.com.
Production assistance for Electric Playground is provided by Namco, makers of Tekken Tag Tournament for PlayStation 2.
There's a company out there that's doing wow, he's really biting me! Vic! Ah! They're doing a cut. Ah!
Give me that!
This classic episode of the Electric Playground was brought to you by P&P Games, your source for everything video games. Support the partners that support the Electric Playground. Thanks for watching, and play forever.